Hello everybody, my name is Pixelplot and welcome back to Movie Reviews. Today we are reviewing Iron Lung, the new Markiplier movie, written, directed, and funded by. First off, I want to give big props to Markiplier. This dude did what I can only dream of. I hope to one day make my own movie, and I hope it comes out as good as this one, because man, I think he did a fantastic job for his directorial debut. It's miles better than Shelby Oaks, Chris Stuckman, man. Love you, bro, but your movie was kind of unoriginal and it had a few plot holes in it. Some of the characters were lazy or made no sense or shouldn't have been included in it, but with Markiplier's story, it was a lot more of a tight, concise story. It took place in one setting. There's only probably you can count the characters on one hand. It's probably 4 or 5 characters max in this movie. Granted, you did come up with your own story, your own characters, while Markiplier was mostly adapting a small indie game. I could see how it's easier adapting a game like that versus creating your own original story, but I think that's where the difference lies between the two, right? I saw in a video review that the Flick Pick did for Shelby Oaks, he mentioned that Chris Stuckman has been working on the script for a movie for a while now, but it's damn. Take that long to come up with that? But I don't know, like I said, he had a harder challenge than Markiplier had, but still, I think Chris Stuckman would much be better suited to just directing, not writing. I thought everything bad about Shelby Oaks was the writing, not the directing. Markiplier had source material to work off of with this movie, and that source material is really, really good. I had no idea about this game until the movie came out, actually. But I didn't know anything about the lore. I wanted to go into the movie blind to see if Markiplier himself can tell me enough about the world and tell a compelling story without me knowing the game or its lore.
For me, on the other hand, I got really interested in the lore. I was just fascinated that another YouTuber wanted to make a movie. So I got curious and I started clicking on some lore videos. And honestly, it's pretty refreshing that I can learn everything about this universe in just one setting. It's not like other universes like Warhammer 40k where it just takes you a whole year to fully get everything. But I thought the lore was fascinating and I really enjoyed it. And I thought this movie did a wonderful job. It felt like a love letter to the source material. And even though the game is not that big, it's not huge, and I barely learned about it a couple of days ago, I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought it was an amazing movie, honestly. I felt exhausted after watching the film, and not in a bad way. I think it was just that tense. And it's one of the best cosmic, eldritch, even Lovecraftian movies out there, honestly. I loved it personally.
And you know what? If we're talking about the game, I completely agree. It's really fascinating. I just don't think the movie touched up enough on that aspect to really give it that status. But I thought this movie did a really great job in exploring humanity itself and why humanity tries, why we try knowing there's no hope for a future and why we still try in the face of insurmountable odds. I thought it was very fascinating what he took away from the story and what he presented to the audience. I thought it was very well done.
I agree with you. I do think it was really well done as well. And I might be biased because of all the YouTube story videos that I watch externally from the movie. So I might be a little bit biased, but I thought the movie was just really self-contained. It told the entire lore, and I don't think you need to go outside of it like I did to enjoy this movie. I do think this movie explains to you everything that you need to know. And what it doesn't explain is also something that I love because it gives a sense of mystery. It rises those eldritch horror vibes that you get from classic stories, like the H.P. Lovecraft stories. It doesn't tell you everything, but it tells you enough to let your brain wander, and I love that.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. You do not need to know the lore to enjoy this movie. I went in not knowing anything about the game, and I thought it was a pretty good movie. I still had a good time. Granted, I did feel the length, but it was never boring. Pause. But knowing the lore now, I think it does make the movie better. but you don't need to know it to enjoy the movie, as we said. And the acting was pretty solid all around. Markiplier was the main actor in the movie. A couple people made brief appearances, but they were mostly voice actors. And all the voice actors did a phenomenal job, especially Troy Baker and the actors who played Ava. Caroline Kaplan, I believe. And Markiplier was good overall. I mean, he wasn't the best in a couple scenes, but I mean, it's his acting and directorial debut, and I think he did a pretty good job.
Yeah, I really enjoyed his acting. I was surprised how good he acts. And I really like the character arc in the movie. He had a mini character arc, but yeah, I was surprised with everybody's performance. And if you're wondering why we're calling him Markiplier, he himself credited himself as Markiplier.
Overall, I thought Markiplier's first movie was really good. Pretty well acted, good storytelling based off of a really interesting story. It felt a little long, but it was entertaining throughout. I highly recommend this movie and supporting a smaller creator. Yeah, with his very humble 38.2 million subscribers. I give this movie an 8 out of 10.
My final thoughts on this movie is that it's excellent. It's one of my favorite movies that I've seen in a very long time. It doesn't spoon feed me everything, and it's just really great traditional Lovecraftian horror that I'm just a sucker for. I think I'm gonna give this movie a 10 out of 10. My first 10 out of 10 and probably my only 10 out of 10 so far.
In case you guys didn't notice, my friend is like the biggest Lovecraft fan you'll ever see. So anything Lovecraft, it's guaranteed is gonna lock him in. So
Nah, it's a great movie. I think this movie is for every horror fan, not just Lovecraft fans. And Iron Lung is one of the best Lovecraftian stories out there. And I think Markiplier did a wonderful job adapting it. And I think he understands what it's about.
What I find interesting is I feel that Markiplier took something away from the story that I didn't take away from the story when I learned of the lore afterwards. So it really goes to show how powerful a story can be if people can take different things from the same story. But anyway, that's all we have for today. We'll catch you on the next one. Deuces.